All right, y'all got the math 1 check-in tomorrow. So let's start with this. Solve for x. Is correct. So we distribute to start with. Right here, we're distributing a negative. You can think of that as a -1 if you want. So we got a minus 5x. And the minus makes that a plus 9. And then over here, we got 3x minus 9. We combine like terms. I got a 6 and a plus 9. So that makes a 15 minus 5x equals the 3x minus 9. Move the variables. When you move the variables, moving the lower one is going to work out better for you most of the time. So we add 5x to each side. It cancels it out on the left side. Gives us 8x on the right. We got the minus 9. And 15 is all that was left on the left side. We got to get the variable by itself. So we got to get rid of the addition or subtraction before we do any with the multiplication there. So we add 9. That gives us 24 equals 8x. Then we divide by our coefficient. So 24 divided by 8 is 3. Any questions on that? All right, find the value of the f of -3. Robert, what you got? 15's correct. All right, so we're plugging in the -3 for x. Y'all, what's -3 times -3? Positive 9. 2 times -3 makes that a -6. And then we got the plus 12. 9 minus 6 is 3. 3 plus 12, 15. The problems like that where you got to do the function notation and plug in for x could be active or inactive. You know, if it's inactive, that's not like crazy tough to do. Just take your time, pay attention to your signs, okay? All right, so this one I'll go ahead and show, at least to start with. So we don't have the calculators out. We need the average rate of change. So what you have to do first, when they give you a function and ask for the average rate of change, you have to plug two x values, okay? So if I take that function, I'd have 40 times 2 to the second power. 2 to the second power is 4. 4 times 40 is 160. Do the same thing with the 5. I got 40 times 2 to the fifth power. 2 to the fifth power is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. That is 32. So we got 40 times 32. Okay? So once you plug those in, we got two ordered pairs. We got 2 and 160. We got 5 and 1280. So you need to find the average rate of change. Y'all go ahead and do that part. This is one where you get a decimal that keeps going. So we can go ahead and round it to the whole number, okay? Sydney? 373 is correct. All right, I don't think you would see an exponential function on the inactive part. So everybody good with how I got those ordered pairs? Any questions on that part? Once you get your ordered pairs, like I said, you'll probably have a calculator to be able to do that if you have a function like that. It's change in y over change in x. Our y values go from 160 to 1280. So that is a change of 1120. X values are going from 2 to 5. That's a change of 3. When you divide, you get 373 and 1/3. Or, like I said, the whole number would be fine for that one. Any questions on that? Average rate of change is just finding the slope. You need two ordered pairs to do that. So if it gives you a function, plug in the x values. Whatever you get's the y value. All right, find the perpendicular line to that equation. So we're going through the point 89, perpendicular to negative 2x plus 7. Lackey? Not quite. Pedro? Yeah, 1/2 x plus 5 is correct. So perpendicular, our slope is negative 2 to start with. That means we flip it, change the sign. Our slope is 1/2. To get the y-intercept, we got to do y minus mx. So our y value is 9. Slope was 1/2. X value is 8. Y'all, 1/2 of 8 is 4. 9 minus 4 is 5. So we got y equals 1/2 x plus 5. Okay? Any questions there? Perpendicular, you flip it, change the sign. Parallel, it'd be the same slope. Go ahead and find the whole equation for that table. Most of the questions on your check-in would probably be more specific and just ask for slope or just ask for y-intercept. But, if you can do both parts, you're good either way. So let's get the whole equation. Sarah E. 2/3 x plus 3 is correct. All right, so you got to find the slope first. I would use those 2 points. Only reason I would use those 2 points is because they're all positives. If you really wanted to use negatives, you could. It just maybe makes it a little trickier. So we do change in y over change in x. The y values go from 5 to 7. That's a change of 2. X values go from 3 to 6. That's a change of 3. Can't simplify that. 2/3 is our slope. We do y minus mx. I'll use the first one highlighted here. So we got 5 minus 2/3 times 3. When you're multiplying a whole number by fraction, you can divide by the denominator and multiply by the numerator. So 3 divided by 3 is 1. 1 times 2 is 2. So we got 5 minus 2. That's 3. So when we put it all together, we got y equals 2/3 x plus 3. Okay? Any questions on that? Like I said, I think your check-in would be more likely just to ask you for one specific part, either just the slope or just the y-intercept, based on how that standard is. So, all right, so I just kind of copied and pasted this problem. That's why it looks different, but we got a lawn service company uses the function f of x equals 2.5x plus 25 to determine the cost of x hours of service. We need to know what the y-intercept in the equation represents. Kari, what you got? B is correct. All right, the reason it's B, total cost here. Well, let's use a different color. The total cost is what it's equal to, okay? So the f of x or y, if it was a y equals problem, would be the total cost. The cost per hour, that's slope. We got per. Each, every per, those are slope words. So that'd be that part of the equation there. The total number of hours, well, it says right there, it's x hours. So that's that part. Our y-intercept is what's being added or subtracted to an equation. It's the constant, the one without the variable. Y'all, the big key word there is initial. If you see initial or one time, especially with a fee, that's usually going to be your y-intercept, okay? So if initial, starting value, one-time fee, that sort of stuff. Okay? Any questions on those? To me, those are some of the easier ones usually on the test, just because you don't have to do any math. You just got to kind of read a little carefully and think about how the equation's written, okay? Try your best tomorrow.